According to Joint Economic Committee, as a ballpark estimate, over 20 million Americans in society at large currently have a felony in their past, and this immense population is effectively statistically invisible.
Mic check, mic check. What's going down? Alright, so I was on the train earlier today, right? With this old man and this younger Asian lady. She was probably like 19, maybe 20. And they're at the front of the train or whatever talking, and I'm like, man, what could they possibly be talking about? This dude was like in his 70s. He was like 73 years old. She was like 19. I'm like, what could they possibly be talking about? So she gets off at the next stop, whatever. He comes sits like a couple rows from me, and I'm talking to him. I'm like, what was y'all talking about? And he was like, oh yeah, I was just asking her about her tuition and how much her tuition costs at the college she's going to. I forgot exactly what college he said, but he was like, she's paying over $500 per credit, right? Over $500 per credit. And I'm like, damn, that's expensive. I'm like, how much are you paying? He's like, I'm paying $11 per credit. He was like, keep in mind, I got the senior citizen discount and all of this and all of that. He's like, I'm 73 years old, blah, blah, blah. But she's paying over $500 and I'm paying $11. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. That is wildness. So me being me, I had to go do a little research. So the average cost per college credit right now is $594, right? The average number of credits to get your associate's degree is 60 credits. 60 credits. So now if we take 594 times 60, right? That's $35,640. It would cost you to get your associate's degree, right? Now let's just say you're paying $300 a month, right? $300 a month. I was like, how many months would that take you to pay that off? Well, I did the math, and it would take you 118 months, which is equivalent to 9.9 years. 9.9 years you would be in debt paying off just your associate's degree. So then I went a little bit further because I was like, you know what I mean? What if I want to really get educated here and, you know what I mean, go down the rabbit hole a little bit further? So the bachelor's degree is typically 120 credits, right? 120 credits. Watch this. 120 credits at $594 a piece. That equals $71,280. $71,280 to get your bachelor's degree. This is your bachelor's. Next up from the associates, right? Again, now if we paying $300 a month, which is reasonable, it's still a lot, but it's reasonable. So $300 a month would take you 237 months. 237 months to pay that off, which is equivalent to 19.8 years. So at $300 a month, paying off your school, right? It would take you almost 20 years. 20 years to pay off that debt, right? Now let's take it a step further than that, because you know we got to go to extremes on this show. So a step further. So that was bachelor's degree. What about your master's degree? What about if you want to be a master? So on top of that, we add an extra 64 credits to get your master's. So an extra 64 credits, and that's at $594 a piece. And that comes out to an additional $38,016. Now we add that number to the number before, plus 71,280, right? 64 additional credits at $594 is $38,016 plus $71,280. Stay with me. Hope you with me. Those numbers combined equals $109,000. 290, or what, I said that all wrong. $109,000 pretty much, right? Again, let's do the $300 a month thing, right? All these numbers got even me confused, even me baffled, right? So let's do that at $300 a month. Guess how long it would take you to pay off your master's degree? 30.3 years of debt. 30.3 years of paying $300 a month, right? And most people, this is the argument, right? Most people will say, oh, well, when I get my associates, I'm going to be making more. When I get my bachelor's, I'm going to make more. When I get my master's, I'm making more. You know, that's the idea. That's what you want. That's what they sell you, and that's, you know what I mean? No, don't get me wrong. No, I'm not against college. College is good for some people, though. Everybody should not just automatically go to college. They're selling these kids, these teenagers whose brain isn't even fully developed yet. Still teenagers. They're selling them basically 30.3 years of debt. Yeah, go to school, figure it out. You'll figure it out as you go. You're telling them to figure out. Let's say they just go for their associates, right? Just their associates. They'll be in 10 years of debt to figure it out. Oh, and by the way, if you go bankrupt, there's no pulling that debt off. It's like forever debt. You know what I mean? This is forever debt. So it just bothers me how they push this on these teenagers to just go to college, you know what I mean? You figure it out, but then they never break this down though. Like, you know, you're basically signing a 30-year loan on your life that can never ever be removed. Like, you're always gonna be in debt for that money. Like, it's ridiculous though. And those are just the baseline numbers. Those aren't saying like if you want to go to medical school, or you know what I mean, if you want to be like a nanotechnician, or you know what I mean, like surgeon or heart surgeon, you know what I mean. It doesn't account for that. This is just like baseline numbers though. And it just bothers me how, like, you know, college is good and people say, you know, I'll go for the experience. Yeah, but I'm not going to go for 30 years of debt and $109,000 in debt for those experiences. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And by the way, I was telling the old man, I was like, it's funny though, because like, look at your jacket. He had this nice yellow jacket on. I was like, if you buy that jacket at a store, right? You take it home, you realize, oh wow, it's either way too big or it's way too small. You go back to the store, you give them your receipt, you get your money back. Or you get store credit, hey, buy something else, get you another jacket, we just want you happy. You can't go to college and be like, you know what, I got my associate's degree, it just isn't working out. Like, I realize sometimes you got to go through it to get to it. You got to go through it. Sometimes I know that it's not for you. There's no like, here's my certificate back. Like, can I get my money back? Like, there's none of that. It's just like, oh well, you know what I mean. Now you're in debt for how many years? Now you're in debt for 19.8 years for your associate. Like, it's just ridiculous how like. Now, if you're working on my heart, if you're flying my plane or something, or something real specific like that, yes, please go to college. You know what I mean? For sure, go to college. But if you're trying to do like business or sales or like, you know what I mean? Like, man, there's I was telling the old man, like, all my marketing knowledge I've bought from courses. I figured out who in the marketplace was the best person to work with, the most highest integrity, the person that's making a lot of money. They're able to teach real well. Like, who do I would emulate me and what I do and what I want to do, and I go follow that person and buy their course. In college, man, it's just crazy. A lot of them, man, like, I can't speak on it without being super negative. Like, ask your college professor that teaches you business. How many businesses is he currently running? Is he currently running a business? Is it profitable? Not, oh, I used to run this and this and this. What are you doing today? What business are you running today? Your finance. If you're going for finance, the person teaching you finance, are they financially free, or are they making $50,000 to $100,000 a year? You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous, man. I don't know. But yeah, I had to break these numbers down because it was absolutely ridiculous. We're talking about 30.3 years for your master's degree, and that's baseline though. You know what I mean? Like, that is ridiculous. So just think about that. I'm not against college. I'm not, you know what I mean? But I just feel like they definitely got their traps and their hooks set in us though from a super early age. Like, it's a necessity. Like, you have to go to college to get a better job. Like, you don't. Most of my Lyft drivers lately have had PhDs. Let me say that again. They've had PhDs, master's degrees in like social studies and social science, whatever it is. They put their work in. They put their $100,000 in, and you're driving a fucking Uber. Like, I don't know. We gotta wake up to this, man. Like, this is why I want to teach as well, because I'm trying to break through like the norms and like the false beliefs and like what we've been taught, trying to help people like unlearn all this craziness and nonsense, really though. But that's what I got for you though. 30.3 years for your master's degree, 19.8 years for your bachelor's degree. For your associates, you're 9.9 years, and that's if you're paying back $300 a month, which is gonna be more than your car payment, more than your insurance, more than your light bill, more than your phone bill, maybe half, a quarter of your rent. Like, it's ridiculous though. And so just think about that. I'm out.
So let's look at the statistics. The United States is home to 5% of the world's population, but 25% of the world's prisoners. Think about that.